Now, you've come here today perhaps seeking some nugget of wisdom, some key to unlock the doors of perception, to find that elusive secret to manifesting your deepest desires. And I'm here to tell you that the key you seek is already in your possession. The treasure you hunt is buried within your own consciousness. Learn to act as if you already have what you want. That's our theme today. But what does it truly mean? Is it merely a clever psychological trick, a way to fool ourselves into success? Or is it something far more profound, a fundamental truth about the nature of reality and our place within it? Let's dive in, shall we? Let's peel back the layers of this onion, see what lies at its core. That considers. What is it that you want? Is it wealth, fame, love, enlightenment? Whatever it may be, I want you to hold that desire in your mind for a moment. Feel its weight, its texture, its allure. Now, here's the kicker. That thing you want, that object of your desire, it already exists within you. It's not something external, something to be attained or achieved. It's a part of you, as inseparable from your being as your own breath. You see, we often make the mistake of thinking that our desires are separate from ourselves. We imagine them as distant goals, objects to be pursued and captured. But this is an illusion, a trick of the mind. In reality, every desire you have is a reflection of something that already exists within you. Think about it this way. If you desire something, if you had absolutely no concept of it, could you yearn for love if you had never experienced even a glimpse of it? Could you crave success if you had no inkling of what it might feel like? Of course not. The very fact that you can conceive of these desires means that they are already a part of your consciousness, already a part of who you are. So when we talk about acting, as if you already have what you want, we're not talking about pretending or make-believe. We're talking about recognizing and embracing a fundamental truth about your existence. You are not separate from your desires. You are your desires. They are as much a part of you as your arms and legs, your thoughts and feelings. Now I can see some of you shifting uncomfortably in your seats. You're thinking, Alan, that's all well and good, but I still don't have that $1 million in my bank account. I still don't have that perfect partner. I still haven't achieved enlightenment. And you're right, in a sense. In the world of form, of physical manifestation, these things may not yet be present in your experience. But in the realm of consciousness, in the realm of potential, they already exist. Let me put it another way. Imagine a seed. Within that tiny speck is the potential for an entire tree. The roots, the trunk, the branches, the leaves, they're all there encoded in the DNA of that seed. Now, if you were to look at that seed with your physical eyes, you wouldn't see a tree. You'd see a small, unimpressive object. But if you could perceive the seed with the eyes of consciousness, you would see the full-grown tree in all its majesty. Your desires are like that seed. In the physical world, they may appear small and unrealized, but in the realm of consciousness, they are already fully formed, already real and present. So when we talk about acting, as if you already have what you want, we're really talking about aligning your perception with this deeper reality. We're talking about seeing with the eyes of consciousness rather than the eyes of the ego. The ego, you see, is always focused on lack, on what's missing, on what needs to be acquired or achieved. It's constantly comparing your current state to some imagined future state and finding the present wanting. But consciousness, true awareness, sees things as they really are. It recognizes the fullness of the present moment, the completeness of your being as it is right now. Acting as if is about shifting your perspective from the ego's view to the view of consciousness. It's about recognizing that you are already complete, already whole, already in possession of everything you desire. If not in form, then in essence. Now, I can hear some of you protesting, but Alan, you might say, if I already have everything I want, why bother doing anything? Why not just sit back and relax? And that's a fair question, but it misses a crucial point. You see, acting as if doesn't mean becoming passive or complacent. Quite the opposite, in fact. When you truly embrace the idea that you already have what you want, it frees you to act with confidence, with joy, with a sense of playfulness and experiment. If you already have what you want, then you're no longer desperate to get it. You're no longer coming from a place of lack or neediness. Instead, you're coming from a place of abundance, of fullness. And from that place, you can act with grace, with ease, with a sense of flow. It's like the difference between a beggar asking for food and a chef creating a gourmet meal. The beggar is focused on lack, on what they don't have. The chef, on the other hand, is focused on creation, on bringing forth something beautiful from the abundance they already possess. When you act as if you already have what you want, you become the chef of your own life. You're no longer begging the universe for scraps. Instead, you're cooking up a feast, creating your reality from the ingredients of your consciousness. But here's where it gets really interesting. When you start to act from this place of abundance, of already having what you want, something magical happens. The outside world begins to reflect your inner state. Opportunities arise. Synchronicities occur. The universe seems to conspire to make your desires manifest in physical form. Is this some kind of mystical law of attraction, perhaps? But I prefer to think of it in terms of resonance. You see, everything in the universe is energy vibrating at different frequencies. When you align your consciousness with the frequency of your desires, then you truly embody the state of already having what you want. You begin to resonate with that frequency in the external world. It's like tuning a radio. When you turn the dial to a particular frequency, you pick up the station broadcasting on that frequency. In the same way, when you tune your consciousness to the frequency of your desires, you begin to pick up on the corresponding frequencies in the world around you. Here's the crucial point. This isn't about manipulating the universe to give you what you want. It's about recognizing that you and the universe are not separate. The inner world of your consciousness and the outer world of physical reality are two sides of the same coin. When you act as if you already have what you want, you're not trying to change the universe. You're simply aligning your perception with the deeper reality that already exists. You're tuning in to a frequency that's always been there, but that you perhaps couldn't hear before because you were too focused on the static of your egoic desires. Now, I can see some of you nodding along, while others are still skeptical. And that's perfectly all right. Skepticism is healthy. It's part of the process of understanding. So let's dig a little deeper, shall we? Consider for a moment the nature of time. We tend to think of time as a linear progression, past, present, future. But is that really the case? Or is it just another illusion, another trick of our limited perception? Physicists tell us that at the quantum level, time doesn't flow in the way we perceive it. Past, present, and future exist simultaneously. It's only our consciousness, moving along the dimension of time like a needle on a record, that creates the illusion of linear time. If this is true, and there's compelling evidence to suggest that it is, then what does that mean for our desires, our goals, our ambitions? It means that in a very real sense, the future you desire already exists. The version of you that has achieved your goals, that has manifested your desires, is already there, coexisting with your present self. So, when we talk about acting as if you already have what you want, we're not just engaging in a psychological exercise. We're aligning ourselves with a reality that already exists, just not in the slice of time we currently perceive. It's like tuning in to a radio station that's always been broadcasting, but that you've never listened to before. The music has always been there, playing in the background. You just needed to adjust your dial to hear it. But here's where it gets really fascinating. When you start to act as if you already have what you want, when you align yourself with that future reality, you're not just passively tuning into it, you're actively participating in its creation. You see, the future isn't set in stone. It's a field of possibilities, of potential realities. And your consciousness, your awareness, plays a crucial role in determining which of those possibilities manifests in your experience. It's like the famous double-slit experiment in quantum physics. When scientists observe particles passing through a double slit, the very act of observation affects the behavior of the particles. In a similar way, your observation, your consciousness, affects the manifestation of your reality. When you act as if You already have what you want. You're not just observing a potential future reality. You're participating in its creation. You're collapsing the wave function of possibilities into a specific reality, the reality that aligns with your desire. Now, I know what some of you are thinking. Alan, you might say, this all sounds very nice, but it's a bit abstract. How do I actually put this into practice in my daily life? And that's a fair question. So let's get practical for a moment. The key to acting as if you already have what you want is to embody the state of having it. It's not about pretending or faking it. It's about genuinely feeling, thinking, and behaving as you would if your desire was already realized. Let's say, for example, that you desire financial abundance. How would you feel if you were already financially abundant? How would you carry yourself? How would you make decisions? How would you treat others? How would you spend your time? You might find that if you were truly financially abundant, you'd feel more relaxed, more generous, more confident in your choices. You might carry yourself with more ease and grace. You might make decisions from a place of opportunity rather than scarcity. You might treat others with more kindness and compassion, knowing that you have plenty to share. The trick is to start embodying these qualities now, regardless of your current financial situation, not as an act of make-believe, but as a recognition of the abundance that already exists within you. You see, abundance isn't just about money in the bank. It's a state of consciousness. It's a recognition of the infinite potential that exists within you and around you. When you embody that state of abundance, when you act from that place of fullness, you align yourself with the frequency of abundance in the universe. And here's the beautiful part. As you start to embody this state, you'll likely find that opportunities for financial abundance start to appear in your life. Not because you've manipulated the universe into giving you what you want, but because you've tuned yourself to the frequency of abundance that was always there. But remember, this isn't about focusing on the end result. It's not about fixating on the number in your bank account. It's about embodying the essence of abundance in every moment, in every interaction, in every decision. It's about recognizing that abundance isn't something to be achieved or acquired. It's a way of being, a way of perceiving the world. And when you embody that way of being, the external manifestations of abundance naturally follow. Now, let's take another example. Perhaps what you desired is a loving relationship. How would you feel if you were already in the perfect relationship? How would you carry yourself? How would you interact with others? You might find that if you were in your ideal relationship, you'd feel more loved, more secure, more open-hearted. You might carry yourself with more confidence and self-assurance. You might interact with others from a place of love and compassion, knowing that your own needs for love and connection are fully met. Again, the key is to start embodying these qualities now, regardless of your current relationship status. Not as an act of desperation or neediness, but as a recognition of the love that already exists within you. You see, love isn't something that comes from outside of you. It's not something that another person gives to you. Love is your very nature. It's the essence of who. When you embody that state of love, when you act from that place of fullness and completion, you align yourself with the frequency of love in the universe. And once again, as you start to embody this state, you'll likely find that opportunities for loving relationships start to appear in your life. Not because you've tricked the universe into giving you what you want, but because you've tuned yourself to the frequency of love that was always there. But remember, this isn't about focusing on finding the one or achieving some idealized version of a relationship. It's about embodying the essence of love in every moment, in every interaction, in every aspect of your life. It's about recognizing that love isn't something to be found or acquired. It's a way of being, a way of perceiving the world. And when you embody that way of being, loving relationships naturally follow. Now, I can hear some of you thinking, but Alan, what if I act as if I already have what I want, and it still doesn't manifest in my life? What if I embody abundance, but I'm still struggling financially? What if I embody love, but I'm... And that's a valid concern. But it misses a crucial point. The goal of acting as if isn't to manipulate external circumstances. It's to transform your inner state, your consciousness. You see, when you truly embody the state of having what you want, when you genuinely act as if something remarkable happens, you realize that the external manifestation was never really the point. The point was the state of consciousness itself. When you embody abundance, you realize that you are already rich beyond measure, regardless of your bank balance. When you embody love, you realize that you are already complete, already whole, regardless of your relationship status. And from that place of completeness, of wholeness, your interaction with the world changes. You no longer approach life from a place of lack or need. You approach it from a place of fullness, of joy, of playful creation. It's like the difference between a child building a sandcastle and an adult trying to secure a mortgage. The child isn't building the sandcastle because they need shelter. They're doing it for the sheer joy of creation, for the fun of playing with the sand. The adult, on the other hand, is often approaching the mortgage from a place of need, of lack, of anxiety about the future. When you act as if you already have what you want, you become like the child building the sandcastle. You engage with life from a place of joy, of playfulness, of creative exploration. And paradoxically, it's from this place that true manifestation occurs. Philosophy. The universe, life, God, whatever you want to call it, responds not to your words, not to your conscious desires, but to your state of being. When you're in a state of lack, of need, of desperation, that's what you attract into your life. But when you're in a state of abundance, of love, of joyful creation, that's what you attract. So, acting as if isn't about pretending or make-believe. It's about aligning your state of being with the essence of what you desire. It's about becoming the person who naturally attracts and creates what you want, rather than chasing after it. Now, I know what some of you are thinking. Alan, you might say, this all sounds well and good, but isn't it a bit selfish? Shouldn't we be focusing on helping others rather than manifesting our own desires? And that's a beautiful question. It shows a compassionate heart, a concern for the welfare of others. But I want you to consider what if focusing on your own desires, on your own state of being, is actually the most powerful way to help others? You see, when you act as if you already have what you want, when you embody the state of abundance, of love, of fulfillment, you become a beacon of light in the world. You become a living example of what's possible. You inspire others not through your words, but through your very being. Think about the people who have most inspired you in your life. Chances are they weren't people who were constantly striving, constantly chasing after something. They were people who embodied a certain quality, be it peace, wisdom, love, or joy. They inspired you not by what they did, but by who they were. When you act as if you already have what you want, you become that kind of inspiration for others. You show them what's possible. You lift them up not by trying to fix them or change them, but by embodying the change you wish to see in the world. Moreover, when you come from a place of fullness, of abundance, you have so much more to give to others. When you're no longer desperately trying to fill your own cup, you can focus on filling the cups of others. And you do so not from a place of sacrifice or martyrdom, but from a place of joyful overflow. It's like the instruction we receive. On airplane's emergency, put on your own oxygen mask before assisting others. By taking care of your own state of being, by aligning yourself with the frequency of what you desire, you put yourself in the best possible position to help others. The really beautiful part. As you start to act as if you start to embody the state of having what you want, you'll likely find that your desires themselves begin to shift. You may find that the things you thought you wanted aren't really what you want at all. You see, many of our desires come from a place of perceived lack. We think we want money because we feel we lack security. We think we want a relationship because we feel we lack love. We think we want success because we feel we lack worth or value. But as you start to embody the state of abundance, of love, of success, you may find that these external things lose their allure. You may find that what you really desire is simply to be, to experience, to create, to love. And from that place, your actions in the world become more aligned with your true nature. You no longer act from a place of need or greed, but from a place of joy and service. You no longer seek to get from the world, but to give to it. You no longer try to prove your worth, but simply to express your being. This, I believe, is the true power of acting as if you already have what you want. It's not about manifestation in the narrow sense of acquiring things or achieving goals. It's about aligning yourself with your true nature, with the infinite potential that exists within you. It's about recognizing that you are not separate from the universe, not separate from what you desire. You are the universe expressing itself in human form. You are the desire itself, seeking to know itself through your experience. When you truly understand this, when you embody this truth, your whole life becomes a joyful dance of creation. You no longer struggle against the current of life, trying to force things to happen. Instead, you flow with it, co-creating your reality in each. You become like a surfer, riding the waves of existence. The surfer doesn't create the waves. They don't control the ocean. But through their skill, their balance, their alignment with the water, they create a beautiful dance, a harmonious interaction with the forces of nature. In the same way, when you act as if you already have what you want, you're not trying to control the universe or force it to give you what you want. You're aligning yourself with the flow of life, dancing with the energies of creation. And in that dance, in that joyful play of consciousness, you may find that what manifests in your life far exceeds anything you could have imagined or desired, because you're no longer limited by your ego's narrow conceptions of what you want or need. You're open to the infinite possibilities of existence. So I invite you, dear friends, to experiment with this idea, to play with it, to explore what it means to act as if you already have what you want, not as a technique for getting things, but as a way of being, a way of aligning yourself with the truth of who you are. Start small, if you like. Choose one area of your life where you desire change. It could be your finances, your relationships, your career, your health, and for just one day, act as if you already have what you want in that area. Feel how it would feel. Think how you would think. Behave as you would behave. But remember, this isn't about pretending or faking it. It's about tapping into a deeper truth, a deeper reality that already exists within you. It's about recognizing that the abundance, the love, the success, the health you desire is not something outside of you to be attained, but something within you to be experienced. As you do this, pay attention to how it affects your interactions with the world. Notice how it changes your energy, your attitude, your decisions. Notice how the world responds to this shift in your being. And most importantly, notice how it feels. Does it feel forced and fake? Or does it feel natural, as if you're simply allowing a truth that was always there to express itself? If it feels forced, that's okay. Part of the process. Just notice it without judgment and keep exploring, keep playing with this idea. Because the more you do it, the more natural it will become. The more you'll realize that you're not pretending to be something you're not, but allowing yourself to be who you truly are. And as you continue this practice, you may find that your entire perception of reality begins to shift. You may start to see the world not as a place of scarcity and struggle, but as a field of infinite potential, of endless possibility. You may start to recognize that every moment is a new beginning, a fresh opportunity to align yourself with the truth of your being, with the essence of what you desire. You may start to see that the power to create your reality doesn't lie in some future achievement or acquisition, but in your present state of consciousness. And from that place of recognition, of alignment, of joyful creation, who knows what wonders may unfold in your life? Who knows what beauty you may bring into the world? Who knows what positive impact you may have on those around you? So I encourage you, dear friends, to embrace this idea, to play with it, to explore it, to make it your own. Learn to act as if you already have what you want. not as a means to an end, but as an expression of the truth of who you are. Because in the end, that's what this is all about. It's not about getting things or achieving goals. It's about aligning yourself with your true nature, with the infinite potential that exists within you. It's about recognizing that you are not separate from what you desire, but are the very essence of desire itself, seeking to know itself through your unique expression. And in that recognition, in that alignment, you may find a freedom, a joy, a sense of purpose that far exceeds anything you could have imagined or desired. You may find that life becomes not a struggle to be endured, but a dance to be enjoyed, a game to be played, a grand adventure to be experienced. So go forth, dear friends, act as if you already have what you want, not to get, but to be, not to achieve, but to express, not to prove, but to. And in that act, in that state of being, may you discover the true richness, the true abundance, the true joy that is your birthright as a conscious, creative being in this vast and wondrous universe. Remember, you are not separate from the universe. You are the universe experiencing itself, creating itself, playing with itself through the unique form that is you. So play well, create beautifully, and above all, enjoy the dance. Thank you for your attention, for your presence, for your willingness to explore these ideas with me. May your journey be filled with joy, with wonder, with the thrill of conscious creation. And may you always remember that what you seek is not somewhere out there, but right here, within you, waiting to be recognized, embraced. Go in peace. Go in joy. Go in the knowledge that you are already complete, already whole, already in possession of everything you could ever want or need. The rest is just details, just the unfolding of a story you're writing with every thought, every feeling. Make it a beautiful story. Make it a story of love, of joy, of conscious creation. Make it a story worthy of the infinite being that you are. Thank you, and goodbye for now.